Welcome to the Unfuck Your Fitness podcast. I am your host, Christy Castillo, and I'm here to give you real talk and cut the BS so you can actually enjoy building a body you love. I'm a personal trainer obsessed with giving you simple action steps to take you from feeling stuck to feeling sexy. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's episode. I am recording this episode the day after my daughter's high school graduation, and I want to talk about that in a second. But more importantly, the day this episode is released will be my 43rd birthday. So if you're listening to this on the day that it's released, May 28th is my birthday. Know that I am somewhere celebrating, hopefully in peace and quiet, maybe laying in the sun, maybe sitting in my hot tub. I don't know. I'm going to be so tired on my birthday because a few days before that is my daughter's graduation party. So I am kind of living in the midst of this chaos right now. And it's super fun, but you guys, it is so insane. Like, I can't even put into words how overwhelming. That's the only word I guess I can say about it, is that it's completely overwhelming this time of life. And I don't know that maybe someone told me, like, I know people said, like, soak it all in, enjoy every moment, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And I was fully prepared to do that. And actually yesterday at graduation, I feel like that whole day I was so stressed. Actually, I have an Oura ring. I know I've talked about that on here before, but in case this is your first time listening to me, hi, hello, first of all. But I have an Oura ring. I'm obsessed with my Oura ring. I should probably do an episode on that in itself because I love it so much. But last night, I always look at my stats. I look at it and I look at my stats in the morning to see how I slept. I look kind of a couple times throughout the day, honestly, mostly to see where my steps are at because I want to get them up. And I look at night just to kind of see an overview, how my day looks. And last night I looked and there is a section on the homepage. It's called Daytime Stress. And it shows you your entire day on this graph of whether you were in a stressed state, an engaged state, a relaxed state, or a restored state. I think restored is actually sleeping. And then I think the stressed state would be at the top of this chart where obviously you're the most stressed. Yesterday on graduation day, I was in the stressed portion of that chart the entire day until from the moment that I woke up, which I did go straight to work out. So, okay. But the entire day, my Oura ring said I was in a stressed state the entire fucking day. And I felt good. Like, I was present. I actually didn't cry a whole lot, a couple tears, but it's just busy. It's so overwhelming that that's literally the only way that I can put into words. So if you have a child graduating this year, God bless you. And not only like, if you have a child graduating, that in itself is just insane. The thoughts, the feelings, they're done with school. They're over it. They hate everything, right? They're 18, like they know everything. That's just craziness. And then if they're in sports, that's a whole nother thing. If you have other kids, that's a whole nother thing. If you have other kids that are in sports, that's a whole other thing. If you're married, if you have a significant other, if you have a job, if you have a home, like, of course we all do. It is just, I cannot put into words how overwhelming. I wouldn't even say stressful, even though my Oura ring said I was in a stressed state. It's just completely overwhelming. My brain is just going and going and going. So anyway, just a little life update. And now, so I'm recording this on a Monday. This coming Saturday is her graduation party. So now I've shifted to, I'm glad graduation's over. I can kind of stop worrying about the cap and the gown and getting her there and all of that day's madness. It's kind of like, as a mom, I knew I was going to be troubleshooting everything, right? We had to fix her shoes. I had to make sure she's fed. We have to make sure the gown fits, that the cap fits, that her hair looks good. Like, what about the weather? Like, even things that are out of my control, I'm kind of internally stressed about everything. What's everybody going to wear? Just crazy. And now I've shifted to getting things ready around the house and decorations and like insane. So anyway, I'm hoping on the day this is released, on my birthday, that I am somewhere chilling with a drink in hand. And hopefully I didn't pour that drink. I want someone to pour it for me. I just want to be fucking sitting down. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. But I have some topic ideas. It's funny because I talk about the Aura Ring. I kind of want to do a little updated smart scale rendition of an episode because I've had a lot of questions about athlete mode and regular mode, and I'm still kind of researching some of that because there's like the rules, the logistics of it, and then there's like where I think people should be. But I want to make sure that I'm very, educated, and I have a very educated opinion on that. So there's that. I want to do an episode on why your workouts do matter, why you can't just be winging it, why you can't just be saying like, oh, I love yoga, so I'm just going to do yoga and that's it. Like you do have to be doing certain things. And anyway, I have all these like technical, I guess, episode ideas, and my brain is just hyper fixated right now on, well, first of all, my birthday. I've kind of switched gears, but before I thought about doing this birthday episode, I'm so unorganized. I didn't even plan for that. I just realized that it's going to be my birthday and the days it comes out. And I'm like, well, I'll just kind of talk about myself and what I've learned and all those things. But I am getting a lot of questions right now about, right, people have graduation parties coming up and how to navigate that and what that looks like. And people are coming to me asking like why they're not seeing results on the scale so quickly. Why is the number on the scale not going down? I'm doing all the things. And people, just my clients, anyone that I'm talking to, we're all just getting a little stressed. And a lot of that is because, I guess let's talk about this a little bit before I go into my 43rd birthday thoughts. I guess my initial thoughts on that are, for one, if you fucked around from January until May, and I'm just going to get spicy here for a second. It's my birthday, okay? Leave me alone. If you have fucked around, if January got here and you were like, New Year's resolutions, I need to get fit this year, like you say every year, right? And here we go. I'm just going to say it like it is. I know you love me for that. But seriously, if January came and you said all those things, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to do all the things, I'm going to crush it, right? If you had started in January and you had been starting to hit your macros and you've been on your water and you've been on your walks and got your steps up and if you had been building habits from January until now, the end of May, you would feel really good about yourself. Even if that scale didn't move one freaking half pound, you would look so differently. Your body composition would be different. Things would look so much different and things would feel so much different and you would feel so much different. You would feel so much more confident. But instead, like every other year, quite possibly, you said in January, you need to start living a better life and getting healthier and changing your habits. And now it's May and you haven't done anything really to get yourself moving forward along that trajectory, along that goal of what you wanted. And now you start doing the things last week and you don't see the number on the scale move this week where you've been at it for a whole 7 days and you've done a couple things well. And you're like, oh my God, the scale hasn't moved. Are you kidding? Like, are you kidding? What did we actually expect? So of course, for my clients, like, of course, I want to give you that love where I'm like, okay, it's going to take longer. It's going to take so much consistency. Like, it's going to be so frustrating. It's going to be so hard, but you got this. Like, keep doing the things, okay? Increase your protein a little bit. Like, take an inventory of what you did correctly this week and then pivot a little bit. But if you've done everything right, and you didn't lose any weight, keep doing things right. Like nothing's hurt. It's fine. Keep going. But also, why are we just starting our health and fitness journey? Why are we starting to lose weight? Why are we starting habits? Now, that being said, why are we starting in May? Like, why are we just now in May? Like, oh, better get my shit together. I need to wear a bathing suit in 2 weeks. Maybe you should have started in January. Like you thought about doing and you didn't, right? We fucked around all year and now it's like, oh my God, I have to hurry. Excuse me? What? No, that's not my fault. Like that you're not losing weight fast enough. You should have started in January. Oh my, so I have this part of me that's like, what? But also like, it's never too late to start. Of course you should start in May. Of course you should start in April. That being said, don't think that you're going to get the same results you would have gotten from January to May that you would get from April to May, right? Just because if you started in May, that's amazing. Congratulations. I love that for you. Let's freaking go. But don't expect the results that you wanted from 5 months of work. Don't expect them in 2 weeks. Okay. So we have got to be really realistic, right? Like intentionally, you've got to intentionally start kicking some ass now. Can you do it? Absolutely. And here's the next part of that. We have graduation parties coming up. We have a ton of them coming up, actually. And maybe you do too. And then after that, it's summer. And so we'll have travel baseball weekends and we'll have barbecues and we'll have lake days. Like my summer looks exactly like yours. Okay. I'm not exempt to any of this. How I'm going to keep the body that I want, how I'm going to be proud of myself in the mornings when I wake up is not eating all of the things that I want to eat at these parties. Okay. Listen to me very clearly when I say this. You are going to be hungry. If you want to lose weight, if you want something to change about your body physically, chances are you need to be eating less. And that's just period. If you want to recomp, if you want to build muscle, if you want to completely change the structure of your body, you probably don't need to be eating less. You probably do need to be eating more and like progressive overloading. But I will be honest with you and say May, June, July, August, that's not the time to be really body recomping because you don't want to be feeling fluffy. And you don't want to be feeling bloated and you don't want to really be tracking your food and you don't really want to be working out 5-6 days a week and crushing it. This is not the season. Summer is not the season where you want to be spot on your game. You want to be looking lean. You want to be looking toned. You want to be you want to be looking good. Let's not joke around about it. And that's okay. In order to do that, okay, if you want to lose weight, you need to stop eating all the snacks. This was me a couple weeks ago. Christy, you're going to only eat when you're hungry, period. And you're not going to reach for the fancy cakes. You're not going to reach for the mini eggs. You're not going to eat for the Oreos, all the things that I talked about in last episode. Christy, if you want to get on the scale and you want to see a smaller number or you want to see fat loss, you need to eat less. It's not rocket science. So when you're hungry and you've already hit your macros for the day, sorry, you've got to stop eating because if you keep eating every single time you're just a little bit hungry, or I'm like, I think I'm hungry, or it could just be that I'm addicted to chocolate. It's probably that you're addicted to chocolate. Stop eating it for a while. We've got to make some changes, right? So how do we stick to our fitness goals in the summer? Christy, how do I go to all these barbecues and, not gain weight? How do I do this? I'll tell you exactly how you do this. You go to those parties and this is exactly what I do. And I think, do I want this cake? Do I want these 6 drinks? Do I want all these hot dogs? Do I want all this food? Or do I want to look good? Do I want to feel good? Do I want to wake up in the morning looking at myself in the mirror and seeing my abs? And yeah, okay, maybe that's vain, but it is what it is. This is what I tell myself. And that's what you're going to have to do. Are you going to be able to go to every single party that you have going on this summer? And are you going to be able to just free for all, right? Eat all the food and all the drinks and party it up all summer and hit your fitness goals? Absolutely not. So pick the one that you want and stick to it. That's just what it is. I know that's spicy and I know that kind of sucks, but I'm here to just say it like it is. You cannot have your cake and eat it too in the summer. It is what it is. So going into my 43rd birthday thoughts, I want to lead with that one because it's actually really been on my mind a lot lately. And I love coaching you guys. And I don't say it like that to my clients all the time. I'm like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to start hitting your macros. Of course, we're going to start learning about macros. We're going to start hitting your macros. Once we're doing that, we're going to get consistent with workouts. Once we're doing that, we're going to get consistent with 10 to 12K steps a day and your water. And once all those things are consistent, we're going to get really nitty gritty and be like, okay, are you hungry? If you are, what can you have off of this list that we've created together that will make you proud to eat it and feel good and look in the mirror and get on the scale, right? You cannot just be like, oh, I'm kind of hungry or, oh, I want a snack. And then be like, well, I'm not hitting my fitness goals. I don't know why the scale's not moving. Yeah, no shit. And I'm not exempt from that. I couldn't be doing that either. I have got to get it in line, right? You have got to be hitting your macros and you have got to be doing your workouts. And if you're doing all those things and you're still not seeing the results that you want to see, then we need to change some things. And the only way we know what's going to work for you is to kind of weed out what's not working for you. So all those little things are fine. If I'm hitting my macros and I'm doing all those things that I just mentioned, I've increased my steps, my sleep's good, all the things, and I'm like, the scale's still not moving, then I'll change my macros up. Then I'll start only eating when I'm hungry. Then I'll start to eat intuitively. Like I'll make a change, right? But there's no way to get around it. I won't be going to all these barbecues and just pigging out either. I won't. I'll be standing there looking at the cookies as I want all of them. Sure, some of the weekends I will have prepared through the week and been like, okay, at this particular get together, I do want to have cookies and I do want to, whatever. But I will probably be really light on my carbs through the week so that I can kind of have a carb load day at this barbecue and eat all the food, right? But I mean, seriously, I don't look the way that I look. I don't feel the way that I feel when I feel good. I don't feel strong. I don't feel great. I don't look in the mirror and love myself when I'm eating like shit and when I'm not moving my body. Like I have to be doing the work, and so do you. So there's no way around it. How am I going to get to these barbecues, Christy? And how am I going to still hit my fitness goals? You're going to go to those barbecues. You're going to drink your sparkling water mixed with lemonade. You're going to hit your macros. You're going to have a protein shake. You're going to have a protein bar. And that's how you're going to do it. And if you don't want to do those things, then you don't want this as much as you think you do. And that's okay. Just pick what you want. You want to have super fun summer. Want to get shit-faced. Want to eat all the cupcakes. Cool. Do that. I've had summers like that 100%. And if that's what you want to do it. But you can't have both. You can't have both. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to say. As I'm getting older, maybe spicier, I don't know. But these things really just, it kind of occurs to me. It's just like, you can't have both. You want happy body, you want happy hormones, you want happy metabolism. We're not meant to get shit-faced every day, every weekend. We're not meant to eat processed food every day, every weekend, just shoveling it in our faces. Our bodies aren't going to work correctly. And as I age, this becomes more important. I need to be pickier about what I put in my body. I also need to be pickier about the people that I surround myself with. Who you surround yourself with matters. And these are things that I've learned in my 43 years on earth, I guess, that I want to talk about. Who you surround yourself with matters. If you have a coach, if you have a little accountability group, if you have other people that are like, have a party this weekend, I'm sticking to my goals 100%. Who's with me? Cheer me on. I need support. You are so much more likely to stick to it. And then on Monday, when we can all get in the group together and be like, kicked ass, feels so good, lean, strong, feeling amazing. Rather than having someone who's like, oh, just screw your goals this weekend. It's fine. Like, let's go have fun. Not a big deal, right? Who you surround yourself with matters. If you are the only person in your circle of friends trying to get better, feel better, do better, and improve yourself, you probably need to find better friends with goals that you have. Maybe you're outgrowing them. It doesn't matter. There's a whole bunch of different ways we can look at this because it's about different topics than just health and fitness, right? Your mentality, how you live your life, your job, up leveling, becoming a better person, growing. Who you surround yourself with matters. I personally have been taking inventory of that, not necessarily like writing down things, but I'll pay attention to who I see out and about that I want to have a conversation with, who I see out and about that I think I've kind of outgrown that person. I wish them well. I think they're amazing, but I don't really have anything in common with them or they suck the life out of me, right? Be intentional with who you surround yourself with. Another thing is what you listen to and what you watch matters. What you see on social media, what you spend your time consuming and listening to matters. What you see on the news, what you hear on the radio, if you still listen to that, right? The things that you listen to matters. And I'm more right now, it's things like Instagram, the things that I'm seeing, the things that I'm hearing people say, reels. It could be health and fitness. It could just be quotes. And I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Actually, we were at my daughter's graduation yesterday. It was kind of the little it's called baccalaureate. I think I said that right. But anyway, one of the teachers was wishing them well, and it was a great little farewell speech. But he said, if you find a job you love and you won't have to work a day in your life. And I literally turned to my sister-in-law and said, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So little things like that I hear, I'm like, nope, that doesn't apply to me, or nope, that's not true. And I get the quote, like, right? Like, do what you love and you won't work a day in your life. Not true. I love what I do. I love podcasting. I love helping my clients. I love so much of my job. A lot of it I despise. I hate making content. There's a lot of it that I don't like. But in general, I love what I do. And it's still work. I still have to show up every day, even when I don't want to. So that was just a little example that I thought of yesterday. I was like, And if you hear that, right, it sounds really nice. Like, oh, I'll do what I love and I won't feel like I'm ever working and life will be great. Like that just sounds so cheesy to me. And I remember thinking that even when I got this job, like, oh, I love this. I'll get my certification. I'll love this. It won't even feel like a job. And that's kind of what Beachbody says. Like, you'll love it so much. It's not even a job. You're the CEO. You're a girl boss, all this. And it's like, no. What I did was got my certification, had this podcast, my business grew really a lot faster than I thought. So I, messed around and created a full-time job for myself. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's work. To say that if you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. I'm sorry, that's not true. But if you're watching things that don't resonate with you, you're watching things that aren't true, you're watching things that make you think, oh, the grass is greener, or I should have this job, or I should have that house, or I should decorate like this, or I should dress like this. And it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not even happy with this. I don't like this. I don't like how I dress. Who am I, right? What you listen to and what you watch matters. And today, I really just want to drill that home because it goes into what you believe about yourself matters. What you believe about yourself freaking matters. There will be people in your life that tell you can't do things, or tell you you'll never hit your fitness goals, or tell you that you'll always be chubby, right? You're big boned. You'll never lose the weight. It's genetic. It's X, Y, and Z. You can never. Maybe you think I could never lose this weight. I could never look a certain way. I could never be as small as her, as fit as her. I could never do this. I could never count macros. Whatever it is, there's all of these limiting beliefs. And at the end of the day, what do you believe? I posted yesterday in my Fit Club little accountability group, and it was just literally this photo. And the words were, it was a white background with black tiny words that said, do it for you. And I was like, man, that's powerful. Do it for you. At the end of the day, you won't do any of this for anyone else. But if you don't believe that you're worth it, you won't even do it for yourself. But you have to believe in yourself. What you believe about yourself matters. You are good enough. You are worthy. You are perfect. You can do this. You can count macros. You can go to a barbecue and not eat any of the sweets. You can not be addicted to sweets anymore. You can do any of those things, but you have to believe that first. And honestly, being surrounded with a coach, with a group, with friends, whatever that looks like, you have to be surrounded by people that also believe in themselves, because people that are not confident in themselves will bring you right down with them. And that's so shitty. Like, keep your limiting beliefs to yourself. Thank you, bye. But also being surrounded by people that are like, no, you got this. Why could you not? Just don't buy the sweets that you're addicted to and you won't eat them every night. Okay. It's not that hard. And then you'll wake up in the morning and you'll be fine. You'll survive. You can do without it. So what you believe about yourself matters. And lastly, I want to talk really quickly about this health and fitness. I love health and fitness. I love it so much. I love it so much. And I do love some of the technicalities about it, of course, but a lot of this podcast is about unfucking it, which is about going deeper than, right? We can talk about the SMART scale. We can talk about the workouts. We can talk about all these technical things. But like I always say, if you don't believe in yourself, and if you're listening to things that are going to bring you down, and if the people you surround yourself are shitty people and they don't believe in themselves, that's not really going to work, right? There's so much more to you, and there's so much more to life than what you look like. As I get older, I'm really happy with where I am now physically. And I'm like, I wasted so much time being so obsessed with being smaller, being so obsessed with things that I love, even macros, workouts, walking, water. Like, those are the basics, and they're so simple once you get to do them. I do them all now without even a second thought, pretty much most days. But there's so much more to life. We get so stressed out and so consumed. And we spend so much time thinking about what we look like, what the scale says, how big we are, how small we are, what are we eating, right? Yeah, we should strive to be healthy. But more importantly, we should strive to be happy. Getting yourself healthy won't actually make you happy, right? Getting to a certain number on the scale, you'll be thrilled that you got there, but it doesn't change how you feel about yourself. It doesn't change whether you believe in yourself or not. I know this sounds corny, but it's so true. The best part is when you strive to be happy, right? When I really got to the depths of who I am, I started believing in myself and like not taking shit and hearing things and being like, no, not for me, not doing that. It's a little bit easier to be healthier when I'm like, no, not going out with that person, not spending time with that person, not returning that person's text message, whatever, right? Saving time doing all this shit that I don't want to do. It gives me more time to focus on myself and my workouts and my macros and things that matter. If you strive to be happy, if you strive to get to know yourself, if you strive to be confident, if you strive to better yourself, if you strive to focus on yourself and make yourself better and make yourself happy, naturally, the way you make yourself happy is to make yourself healthier. And all of those things kind of fall into place. But we do spend way too much time being obsessed with the macros and the workouts and the walking in the water. And I love those things, but they should come so naturally. And that's my goal for all my clients, is to figure out what works and then to do that forever. Learn to pivot and make it so freaking simple, because life is so short. Like we don't need to be spending time worrying about all this stuff, because all of this little technical stuff doesn't actually matter. That's why I get to the point where I'm like, people are saying things about what are the tips to get through a barbecue without, I keep saying this, but like, it's so true. What are some tips to help me not eat all the things at a, family get together? How can I stay away from the cake? I'm addicted to sweets. I love chocolate. Right? Same. I love chocolate. At the end of the day, don't fucking eat it. Don't put it in your mouth. It really has to come down to that. If you keep looking for a cheat code or a tip or someone to give you the answer, when if I eat that at the party, I'm going to be bloated. I'm not going to feel good. I might be stuck in the bathroom. My clothes aren't going to fit. I'm going to be pissed at myself the next morning because I do that over and over and over. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. It's not that hard. Do you want to stop smoking? Do it. Stop. Right? Do you want to stop talking to this person who's sucking the life out of you? Do it. Stop. There's a lot of power that comes along with not doing something. Just don't do it. Don't buy the things that you're addicted to. Don't give in. If you don't want to go out to eat, if you're like, oh my gosh, I go out to eat every week with my mom and like I love being out with her and I love that. But every weekend I'm thrown off because we're going to this restaurant and I'm not eating healthy. Either go to the restaurant and eat healthy, period, or tell your mom, listen, I can't go out to eat anymore. You can come over and I can make food, or we can do it once a month, or I can come over to your house if you want to cook me food, but I literally cannot go out to eat anymore because it's not helping me. It's fine. It doesn't have to be complicated. Like, what can I order at the restaurant every single time I go out? A salad, a chicken salad, and say no to the bread bowl. I don't know. Or don't go. Like, it's not everything has to be so damn complicated. Just don't go. Don't eat the food. Think about your options and pick the one that you want. I think that's something going into this new year of mine, my 43rd year. I'm just like done with this. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. If I don't want to eat it, I'm not going to eat it. I'm the only person that can kind of control that for myself. So there's my wise words to you as my 43rd, I know, not all that old version of myself. Just, I'm giving you the power, like take your power back. I'm giving you permission, if you need it, to pay attention to who you surround yourself with, pay attention to what you listen to and what you watch, and start to believe in yourself, damn it. Because honestly, no one else is going to if you don't. And even if they do, it won't matter, because you have to believe in yourself. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to believe in yourself and take care of yourself. Like, it's all up to you. So just don't make things so complicated, right? We got this. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I will be able to talk about the graduation party on the next episode and just kind of fill you in on that. I love all the messages that I get from fellow mamas who have graduates. And I got so many messages from my sweet friends, clients, past clients, some of you that were it was so sweet, just encouraging me to take time off from work this weekend and spend time with my daughter and try not to cry. Encouraging me. It was super sweet, saying that it is a super stressful, busy time of year, but all of your words are so helpful for me. They mean the world to me. And I just thank you so, so much for that. But it is a crazy time of life and I'm navigating it the best I can. And I love having a lot of you by my side to do that with me. So Also, I've gotten a lot of messages on Instagram in the DMs that I need to respond to. And then I have some also that are just thanking me for the podcast and letting me know that you love it. And I'm so thankful for that too. On that note, if you could go leave a review, if you're listening on Apple, or even just a rating, if you're listening anywhere else, that would mean the absolute world to me. And it is my birthday. So if you could do that today, I mean, it's literally my birthday. Like you actually have to. So as my birthday present, I need you to go on Apple, leave a review of the podcast, and just say hello. I love hearing from you. I will talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review. And of course, follow the podcast so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I would love it so much if you came to connect with me over on Instagram at Christy Castillo Fit. I will see you next time.